Hey everyone, Charlie here. I hope you're all doing well. Sorry it's been a little while since I've made a video. Last weekend I had the really extreme pleasure of welcoming my brother here to Sabae. He was visiting from the United States. He used to live here in Japan, actually in Tokyo, for I think it was just about 2 years when he was working for Google. So now he just wanted to come back and visit, and I was really excited to be able to show off Sabae and a little bit of my school to him, and take him around to my favorite izakaya. It was a really good time. And one of the most exciting things that we did, or rather it was the bulk of our trip, was we went to Kyoto for just about 2 days. And while we were there, as you'll see in some of the B-roll that's going to play over the video, we did so many things to the point where I'm just now not feeling exhausted from the trip, just because we went to like every big tourist site, every big like temple, at least in Higashiyama and Arashiyama. We went to Gion, which was cool. We managed to find our way to like a little Ghibli shop, and I picked up some more little knickknacks that I don't really need for my apartment, but anyway, they're here now. But what I want to talk to you about in this video is where we stayed. Now, if you've done any traveling in Japan, you know that there are a lot of options for the types of hotel you can stay in, and the prices that are associated with those are just as varied. And you know, that ranges from, for example, staying in a tent with your friend from London behind a fruit shop in Yamanashi, or all the way up to a luxury hotel. Now, our option this time around was actually staying in a traditional Japanese ryokan in Kyoto City, just about a 10-minute walk north from Kyoto Station. Now, I have to tell you, I didn't really expect much from this place. The last ryokan I had stayed in was like $400 a night, and it had like its own like private rooms that went to like its own private onsen type thing. So when I only paid about 5,000 yen per person, or about $40 American per person to stay at this place, I have to tell you, like I said, I wasn't really expecting much in the way of quality. However, when I got there, I was super thrilled to find that the quality, especially for the price I was paying, was really amazing. Now, the place itself wasn't actually full of any sort of amenities, right? It was pretty basic living quarters, so to speak. We had just a small room with tatami mat floors and these really comfortable futons. There was a small mirror in there, and there was like, the air conditioning unit, because otherwise you would freeze, because as it turns out, this ryokan is really old. It's something like 200 plus years old, and it hasn't really been updated since being built. It seems like the floors in the main area are still stonework. The bathroom is a bit more modern. There's some modern appliances laid out in the kitchen, but otherwise it's still this old woodwork, I should say. These old tatami mat floors, and just the smell of it when you walk in, it just smells of history, right? And it's a really beautiful place. So it does have Wi-Fi, and a lot of these places now will have Wi-Fi and things like that, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is that while it was like a really bare sort of arrangement, at least in where we slept, it was really worth it. It was nice to be able to hop back into like Japan's past a little bit, and sort of my being a little bit of a romantic, I was thinking like, I wondered what sort of people lived in this place before, right? Like, was anybody carrying swords and laying them down for the night and staying here, things like that. Now, added bonus, in addition to having this really nice, if sparse, place to stay, was that not included in the price, but for a very small fee, something like 1,000 yen, you could have a full Japanese breakfast laid out for you as well in the morning. You weren't allowed to wear your robes from your hotel room, so to speak, over to the dining hall, but anyway, that didn't do anything to diminish this wonderful experience, where the food, it wasn't like what a lot of Japanese kids eat now, which is very sort of westernized, so to speak. A lot of kids eating cereal and things like that. No, this reminded me of my host mother's cooking, where there was a piece of salmon with little bitty like dried shrimp, miso, tofu, a couple other little side dish type things. It was really amazing. So yeah, guys, I just really wanted to share that experience with you. if only because if you're coming to Japan, I want you to know that there are more cheap, more sort of culturally immersive, I guess, experiences than, say, a capsule hotel, which I guess is immersive in its own way. But if you have any interest in history, if you just want to take a more traditional route to your stay here in Japan, I really recommend you check out Ryokan here, whether it's in Kyoto or wherever else you're going. But keep in mind the prices are sort of, they really vary based on amenities and things like that, so just keep that in mind. So anyway, guys, that is all for me today. Thank you as always for watching. I do want to ask you before we go, I'm using a brand new setup today. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually lit up sort of uniformly, I hope anyway. I'm hoping that my sound is a bit better because I'm using an external microphone and I have this light setup behind here, and I'm trying to have more of a set here so we have more of like a standard, higher quality, so to speak, set piece, I guess, to shoot these videos in. So please let me know what you think about the lighting, what you think about the sound down in the comments below, and let me know about your experiences in Ryokan. I'd really love to hear. I would love to hear from you guys about your experiences and about anything else you have to say. Thanks always for watching, guys. See you next time.